Hello all, this is Rue from Clickstart PTC. No, it's been a while, but I decided to go ahead and make the new PTC questions answered video. Today I'll be answering how can I tell a good PTC site from a scam. First I want to start off kind of explaining the difference between a scam and a failure. A lot of people in the industry will, if something goes bad, oh, it was a scam. Immediately, it was a scam. That site's a scam. Well, maybe not. There's a difference between a scam and a failure. In a scam, there's malicious intent, and there's a plan to carry that out. I was actually investigating a site a while ago on a whim. It looked pretty decent. It was a buck site, so I was a little wary to begin with. But the admin was active, answering questions, which is a pretty good sign. There was a little something that bugged me, and ultimately I was right. They were running a contest where the person who invested the most into the site would win something. I don't remember what it was. And right before that contest ended, the site just disappeared. No one ever got paid out. It was up for maybe a couple months and it was just gone. And that's a scam. There was malicious intent. They wanted money. The plan: run a contest, drum up some business, and just bolt. And that's different from a failed site, which they intend well. They're looking to set up a PTC that's going to last. They don't plan it out enough. They lose money and have to shut down. It's not a scam, but again, the site still fails and no one wins, basically. As opposed to a scam where the scammer wins a lot. So here are some things to consider. The length of established time. Everything on the list is at least 3 years old. Well, sorry, the list being the Quickstart PTC Top PTC List. Everything on there is over 3 years old. Usually a year to 2 years is a safe bet too. There's proof of payments. Do a little search. People post them on forums, blogs, all that kind of stuff. And then, always be thinking, does it sound too good to be true? Are they doing 8-cent clicks and ads are costing, 50 cents for 100 views? Something's not adding up there. That can be a very early sign of a scam. And look at reviews. There's a lot of good sites out there. If you're thinking about, joining something, look at a couple reviews. There'll be some good ones and some bad ones probably. If you go to PTC Investigations, they're a great resource over there. They review so much and will give you honest opinions, honest facts about just about any PTC out there. And I just want to end with a little quote here. I quote myself: "Just because a program or website does not work or it fails does not mean it's a scam." This is one of my biggest pet peeves, and I've already touched on the subject a little bit, but in the industry, even online in general, if something doesn't work, it's immediately called a scam. And I don't think that's fair to the people running sites or even the people using those sites. Just to say, oh, I was part of a scam because this one website closed down. Not necessarily. If a new place opened up in your town, maybe an ice cream shop, you go in a couple times, and one time you go in and they're closed, so you don't go in. But they're closed down. You wouldn't call that a scam. The business failed. So just, keep in mind, not everything on the internet is a scam. I've seen statistics that are like, 97% of all business opportunities are a scam. No. They're legit. They work. You just have to know what you're doing in order to create money from them. So just think a little bit before you start running around calling everything a scam. So this has been Rue from Clickstart PTC, and y'all have a great day.